Anisa is a very obnoxious person, and I think that she was seen as a kind of a Yoko Ono figure. You go to an Olive Garden and you look up and you serve as Idubbbz. A 16-year-old was mogging me, so we reverse searched them, whatever that means. Fucking found out all their info. Come on, dude.
Would Ian do OnlyFans? We've talked about it before. He kind of has. I don't know how much information I can give. Like hand cameos.
Why would you say this, man? This is like a schizophrenic meltdown. What is even happening right now? So
this is the truth, okay? Ian keeps me on a leash, okay? And I'm okay with that because I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash, a tight leash, to be honest, because I am unhinged. I will just say shit. So we're at the
what the fuck? This is crazy.
After...
Why is she saying all this? This is mental. Okay, I can see it, Jay. Fuck them all. Them Sam Heidiaks suck big fat greasy dick. Everything on the maximum damage channel rules right now, and I'm stoked to keep watching. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is
so
it.
Shitty. Yeah, that's really what I think. The best way to put it, I feel like maybe I should wait until this ad break is done. It's like 50 seconds more. Because I do have like thoughts about that. I mean, we process it every day. Like we're thinking, obviously it's our lives, so we're thinking about it like pretty often. I wonder if I can like. Does that look weird? I'm trying to figure out how to make it so like. Maybe. Meh. I don't know. I don't know if that works.
I mean,
okay, it's done in 14, 13, 12 seconds. No, I don't hate Hoob. Hoob. This is what got me in trouble the first time. Okay? It was you and your antics. Ad watchers derogatory. Okay, so this is what it feels like. Whoa, some dumb bitch. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Thank you for
I think this is it, isn't it?
Subs to Boreal Apple and Gordy Cakes. Gordy Cakes. Thank you so much.
Yes, people watch this.
It feels like... So, the decision to do OnlyFans, it came at a time when... All this stuff is so interesting to me. Sorry, that's a great question. I completely forgot about... Oh, Ian forgot about the bog. I think he's going to upload it once he's home. So it'll probably be late. Okay. So, when me and Ian were, like, mid-relationship, people really cared about clipping my stream because Ian wasn't really a sharer at all back then. And I think people wanted something. They wanted something, more. And so my stream was kind of where people could go if they wanted to like make assumptions or like try and draw drama up. So I would get clipped a lot. And you're live and you're sharing things and like not everything is curated and sometimes things come out wrong or whatever. So I was getting clipped a lot and it was causing a lot of stress in our like relationship. It was causing a lot of stress in my life. Oof. I was paranoid. I every time I streamed, I felt like I could say less and less.
Oh my god, dude. So she was yapping on stream, saying stuff that was embarrassing for Idubbbz. Look, okay, first of all, try and keep your relationships private. I think public relationships are a disaster, okay? And the only reason big celebrities get away with it is because they're, they've got PR managers and agents to deal with stuff, And plus, they can absolutely slam a publication for defamation and other legal issues, if something happens. So, secondly, though, if you do have a public relationship, yeah, I think you do have a responsibility to engage and act in a way that doesn't create issues for your
that's wonderful.
Loved one.
How do I make money
right?
to depressed people?
Do you know what I mean?
Red Dare became a member.
Thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. God, you guys have been absolutely slamming the memberships today.
Okay, that's
Thank you very much.
But
Appreciate
how do I
that.
make money off depressed people?
Bunko Valentine became a member.
But can she squirt? What? I don't fucking know, dude. Listen, I don't really know. Look, I don't... You have to tell me. Can she? Has anyone seen? Anyway, yeah, you've got a responsibility to, you know, not do and say things that are embarrassing for your partner if you've got a public relationship. I don't think that's fucking too much to ask for. And if that means that you can't talk about your partner shitting themselves or something, I'm like, yeah, don't do it then. You know, it's kind of wrong. It's so fucked up that you'd put this own, especially when Idubbbz is obviously in a precarious position, being a fucking edgy, well, I guess at the time, a more edgy content creator. Like, I don't know. Of course, people are going to come for him from that. You should be a bit more discreet.
Because I was afraid of like things getting clipped out of context or just clipped in general, and like put in a 500,000 viewed video about how I hate pyrocynical or whatever the topic was that, you know, week. And it got to the point where I was like miserable streaming. I was spending a lot of time debating quitting.
Wait a second. So what? You're miserable because you can't talk about shit that you want to? Well, you know, listen. I'm not gonna be a complete and utter unempathetic sack of shit, okay? Because, okay, I do understand it must be annoying that you feel like you can't say something because it's going to cause drama for your partner, right? And people are going to come at you for that. But it's like, stop being too fair. No, I'm not. No, hear me out. I'm not being too fair, okay? Because I hate the idea that you sit there and you just spout one perspective because that's what you're supposed to do because the person's bad or whatever. But I think the thing is this, okay? Of course, you are going to be in a position where you do have to be more careful what you say. And you do need to make a choice. You know, are you happy to stream, but knowing that you need to rein it in a bit for the sake of your partner getting in drama because they're the ones that have got the main channel and the main career and stuff like that, right? Or do you say the stuff and get the grief and then contend with that as it comes? You know? I don't know. I think the fundamental issue here's the fundamental core issue in all of this. Going public is the problem. Once you go public, that's when things start to get fucked up and real and problematic, okay? I think not revealing it is probably the best option, you know, unless you're in a position where you're going to be moving in together or something like that. Maybe you might do something like that, but other than that, just people don't need to know, okay? People do not need to know about your private affairs publicly. Keep your relationship discreet, right? That's my personal view on it. But yeah, I think once it is public, if that's a decision you want to make, fair enough. But you do then have to adhere to the concept that you might say something that's going to get your partner in trouble. And if you don't want that to happen, you probably need to watch what you say, right?
And Ian was like, well, maybe like there's something else you want to do. Like maybe there's like another avenue online where you can like make money and be happy and you know, still do this, but without streaming anymore. And I quit streaming basically. And I started doing OnlyFans. That was like, to us, it seemed like such a great idea. It was just starting to get traction. I would have.
Hang on a minute. So are you telling me that fucking Idubbbz is the reason? Idubbbz is the architect of his own downfall. Uh-oh.
Been one of the first to like get in the door, and neither of us were insecure about like me doing it. I would argue I was more insecure about doing it because I have like body image issues and stuff. But we thought it would be great from like my self-esteem and proving to myself like I can do something like this. And and we thought like there'd be certain people that would be upset about it, but like the reaction that we got was so like explosive. It really knocked us off of our like, it just, everything went for a loop. And the timing was really bad because my dad had just, you know, started to really decline in my dad started to really decline in mental ability because of his Alzheimer's. And it just felt like the internet was waiting for Ian to trip. Does that make sense? They were waiting for Ian to trip so like they could get on top and just start like ripping. That's when it all started. Because it was something, right? Something that would have, I really believe would have been small for most people, but because Ian had such little information about his actual self on the internet, this was something.
The other problem with this as well, I feel like this is a bit of cope as well. Because I don't really think people would have cared, like they would have still said the fucking memes about it, right? I think that's inevitable to a degree. But I think Anisa is a very obnoxious person. And I think that she was seen as like kind of a Yoko Ono figure. And I think that is the reason that it became so crazy in terms of like the shit that Idubbbz was getting. It's not just doing the OnlyFans thing. I think that's the image that's being presented here. You know, clearly it's about you as a person. That is also the issue, right? And I think some people would have been willing to just be like, okay, well, it's not that big a deal, you know, whatever. But it's the obnoxiousness of the person that also contributed to the response and the way that things went down, you know?
Because like I don't think people understand like Ian's name, birthday, like siblings, all of that is like completely false on the internet. He had never shared anything about himself ever, and I think people were waiting for something. And once that happened, it became we just became really aware of like what Ian had, and when I say Ian, I mean we essentially had created, which was like it was a very hungry pack of dogs. It's basically like Ramsay Bolton from like Game of Thrones, right? Like, they don't give a shit, like, who they're consuming, who they're ripping apart. Like, they just want something to rip apart. And even more delicious that it's, like, the person that was taking care of them for so long. Do you know what I mean? And that has been something that has been really hard emotionally, like, mentally to wrap our heads around. Because it feels like there's nothing, right? Like, now it's just anytime there's any attempt to, like, get
also,
up.
Dude, the cope here as well, I think, on top of that is, you know, the reason that people were going for Idubbbz too, like, yeah, I agree there's mob mentality and shit like that happens. Yeah, I get it, it's cringe. That's kind of the nature of the internet, and sometimes it's excessive. But it's a combination of you being obnoxious. Also, he was going through a turn of, like, moving away from the edgier stuff and clearly was, like, trying to move away from that past. It felt like you were responsible for that. You know, there is a reason that it wasn't just people just looking for the next target to desperately go after. There was context that were present at the time that made people focus on it. And it was like, okay, so this woman that he's with is kind of, in my mind, a bit of a Yoko and a figure. Oh, now she's doing OnlyFans. Okay. Now she is fucking, you know, now he is being less edgy and he's moving away from his past, etc. You know, those things coalesce to create this kind of, damn, this seems kind of fucked up. And so that makes the attacks worse and more extreme and stuff like that, you know? I just, yeah. For me, the public relationship aspect, that's the issue here. That is the fundamental issue. You went public with a relationship way too fucking early, okay? Like, you think about it, right? You know, celebrities that you get like the tabloid stuff, and it's like, oh, a little image gets snapped. You know, a little image gets snapped of like, oh, this celebrity was seen with this celebrity at this restaurant holding hands. And they don't confirm it, and they don't say we're in a relationship. They probably are dating, and maybe it's a bit further than that. Or, you know, spotted at the beach on holiday, long fucking lens capturing two celebrities. And people gossip and stuff like that about it, but they never confirm it, right? And then the confirmation is a big deal. But the point I'm making is, you can just have a relationship, whatever you want to have, without making it public for a little while, and then go from there. I think my guess is that, yeah, they went live with it way too early, and it led to all this speculation, and it was combined with a lot of other things that people didn't like, and that's why the attention and stuff was so negative, you know?
You know, it's like or shark to blood or whatever, where like they just come back. Like podcasts, they're there. You know, this stream, I'm sure will get clipped and whatever. It's very dedicated. Like, there's hate videos get more views than, like, you know, Ian's videos at this point, which is, you know, it's interesting. Crazy to me that people can see Ian get a beautiful girl who's confident enough to do OnlyFans and immediately call him a beta. It's so mind-boggling to me. It's weird.
My god, dude! It's not just that. It's the fact you're obnoxious too. Why did they leave that bit out? I know it's obviously a fan. You're leaving the bit out where you're really fucking obnoxious and like Yoko Ono. It's not just that. It's every aspect of it that contributes to this.
We weren't prepared for that at all. But the hate is crazy. How do none of these people have anything better to do? Some of them are very dedicated, like crazy dedicated. Some of them like subscribe to the Patreon and everything and are clipping that, which, I mean, hey, we try to keep like the more salacious stuff behind Patreon, so like less people are just seeing it, because we don't want to put people on blast. We just want to share with the people who care. But they're finding it and then publicizing it, which, I mean, that's hey, if that's how you want to spend your $5, sure. Damn, so you feel like every time you go to work, there's a mob of people who just show up. Yes. And I think it's frustrating, because I think the only way out of it and to build...
I mean, the problem is, yes, you know, talking about it in the context of a mob of people being there, when you can just ignore the mob. You just don't pay attention to them. Just fucking do your shit.
Today, Chud. Thumbs up.
Hey, thanks for the $15. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Appreciate that. God, it's like yeah, obviously being a big figure sucks on the internet, okay? But a lot of this is ignorable, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You choose to kind of engage and indulge in it, which makes it, again, worse for you. Just ignore the shit that's happening. Like, in fact, especially when, as I think later, she goes into all this detail shitting on people, that's only going to make the attention worse. Why would you do that, dude? Just do your little streams and talk about stuff.
Like
I don't know.
A community that feels good to like talk to is to do it, you know, to get up and do it regardless of the mob, and to not think about like that aspect. But that is very hard, like, to do. It's very hard to like keep it going. It's an endurance thing, really. And, you know, like, I don't want, like, people, like, hey, at the end of the day, like, if none of this works out, like, we'll go do trades, honestly. Like, we'll probably move back to Edmonton and go do, like, trades jobs. Which, like, that's fine, you know? But I would be remiss if we didn't try.
If this isn't... Wait, so... Am I understanding this correctly, that the situation with their stuff is so dire that they're having to think about... What? Moving to do a normal job? Is that right? Ooh, that's rough stuff, man.
I would love it if Maximum Damage, like, got a good base that, you know, but, you know, not, it's a privilege, it's not a right, so. Thank you, Megan.
Ooh.
Genuinely, people just don't have any lives. I think it's, yeah, people are just having a hard time. I think the world right now is difficult, and I think there's a lot of angry people that feel like they don't have a lot of control, and they do, like, look for outlets.
Dude, imagine you go to a Olive Garden, so in fucking what is it, Edmonton or whatever. You go to an Olive Garden and you look up and you serve as fucking Idubbbz, and you peek out back to the kitchen, and yep, there's Anisa Joma, one of the line cooks. There we go, based. Yo, come on, Idubbbz, say it. Say it. Go on, for old time's sake. Come on. I'll give you a good tip if you do. I'll give you $50 tip if you say it. Come on.
And I think hating, for some people, truly hating us is the outlet. And I, you know, I get it. It's called brain damage. Been following even slightly before you and Ian were openly dating. And you always came off cool. Sucked to see you both get so much shit for essentially no reason. I think the most shocking thing to me was when we became public, like, not even really public. I think.
Imagine seeing a big rig on the freeway and Idubbbz is driving it. Dude, that is ridiculous. Okay.
We just had our names in each other's, like, Instagram bios, like, instant hate forums. Instantly, like, within the day. And I was not ready for that. I think, like, I was talking to my therapist about this. Like, I was heavily isolated at that time. And apparently, like, when you're isolated, like, and you feel like you're being isolated, like, it causes the brain to do weird things. You go into survival mode. And I was isolated in, like, every single, like, definition of that word. Like, I was away from my family in a country I didn't know. The internet was, like, saying that I sucked and was not a good pick for Ian. I used to get, I'm not kidding you, I used to get emails to my business email about, like, essays about how I was not a good fit for Ian, and there were better fits, and they had, like, girls that either Ian followed, they would, like, attach their, like, Instagram to it, or, like, it was very fucking weird. So I was isolated in that way. I was away from my family. I was having,
that's crazy.
I was mentally and emotionally having a really hard time at that time. And I tried to push through online, and it was not working at all.
Almost sounds like it probably is a bad idea to have a public relationship with someone who's got so much controversy and shit swirling around them. I don't know. Obviously, that is schizophrenic behavior. Okay, I'm not justifying that. That's crazy. It's crazy that you would spend your life doing that. You know? But yeah. And it sucks because there's a piece of me that's like, I wish I just pushed, because I think I would still have, like, an okay audience, and I think I could have, like, made it out, but I did not. It was so bad, you guys. Like, I was, like, I don't know, regularly going into the fucking gym and just lying on the floor crying. Like, it was so bad. And, like, a lot of my regular viewers know that. Like, it was really bad. But hey, you know, it was hard. And it's the ironic thing is that it's less hard now. Like, which is strange because the hate is a lot more prolific and it's a lot more, like, public. But
I think maybe because one, it's been going on for so long, but two, like, I'm emotionally and mentally better that I can, like, deal with it. It's weird. I feel like after the OnlyFans stuff, it was like, that was it. That was like, there was no, like, returning. There's no going back. It sounds like you're struggling. I'm rooting for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm struggling a lot less now. I would say I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. It seems like a step above, like, parasocial or, like, even stalking. It reads like there was a group that wanted to disrupt both of your workplaces. Yeah, yes. Yeah, and that is, like, there was one girl, I actually felt kind of bad for her. She ran, like the hate, there was, like, hate, Instagrams and Twitters that were, like, making fun of my face shape and shit. And
oh my god,
just
dude.
me in general, I guess. And, like, clockwork every morning and every night.
Why look at that? I can never fucking understand it, man. Why people end up looking at this stuff. I think that sometimes it's the people that send that kind of stuff, presumably she was getting sent this to, that do worse. Because it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just find it so odd. I get that if you're a big creator, you're going to have a lot more attention on you. Maybe it's difficult to comprehend of just how much it is. But fucking come on, dude. There's so much you can just ignore if you want to. Or, you know, you might see something that's a bit, like, bothersome, but then you're over it and you're going about your day.
I would get spam hate stuff to me for years. This wasn't like, it was for years. It was like maybe
off depressed people.
If Idubbbz did an OG content cop, would go crazy. True. He should do a content cop on Anisa Joma. That's what he should do. That would be based. Just completely eviscerate your fucking wife's OnlyFans. So I don't know. Oh, that would be good. That's the only way that he could win. Idubbbz, choose. You either get to choose Anisa Joma or your online career. If you want your online career, you must do the content cop against her. It is the only way out of this.
2 or 3 years. And I had a friend that was, like, pretty, like, tech savvy, and I didn't ask them to do this. They did this on their own. I kind of wish they didn't because it really depressed me, but they figured out who owned those accounts through, like, reverse, I don't know, snooping. And it turned out to be, like, a 16-year-old girl that, like, was an honors student at her, like, school in, like, the middle of America. And her, like, Facebook had, like, Ian playing in the sand from, like, a Joji vlog or something. And she had spent 3 years, under different accounts. She'd make a bunch of sock accounts. She'd make a bunch of different hate accounts. And it was sad. Because it's like, I don't know, man. So I had quite a, like, you know, it was a group. It was a dedicated group that seemed a lot louder than it was. And I kind of miss it. Like, it was very uncomfortable and very, like, weird. But I kind of miss it.
Sorry, I got distracted then. What happened? Why are you saying a 16-year-old? What? It was a 16-year-old that was running one of the accounts. Okay, sorry.
Because now, like...
Sorry.
Under different accounts, she'd make a bunch of sock accounts. She'd make a bunch of different... student at her, like, snooping. And they did this on their own. I kind of wish they didn't. It really depressed me, but they figured out who owned those accounts through, like, reverse, I don't know, snooping. And it turned out to be, like, a 16-year-old girl that, like, was an honors student at her, like, school in, like, the middle of America. And her, like, Facebook had, like, Ian playing in the sand from, like, a Joji vlog or something.
Dude, that's crazy. A 16-year-old was mocking me, so we reverse searched them, whatever that means. Fucking found out all their info. Come on, dude.
And she had spent 3 years, under different accounts. She'd make a bunch of sock accounts. She'd make a bunch of different hate accounts. And it was sad. Because it's like, I don't know, man. So I had quite a, like, you know, it was a group. It was a dedicated group that seemed a lot louder than it was. And I kind of miss it. Like, it was very uncomfortable and very, like, weird. But I kind of miss it. Because now, like, it's not like a group that's, like, sectioned to, like, Pretty Little Liars or, like, you know, lolcow or whatever those things. Now it's like you can go on YouTube, and if you search, like, my name or Ian's name, it's like a bunch of, like, you know, hate. Like, it sounds really weird, but I didn't understand how good I had it, like, back then, until, like, now, you know. But now, like...
Yeah. They, just like other lolcows, overshare and inadvertently mog themselves. That is rough. And honestly, what contributed to the YouTube videos is probably the way you reacted to some of this stuff. I mean, what a crazy story.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
I DM all of the trans girls Chud follows with small gocks on Twitter to make sure they know that they aren't good enough for you.
Dude, what the fuck? Dude? What the fuck, dude? Enough. Cease. Please. I'm begging you. Stop. Stop with this slander. The Gok slander must come to an end at once.
You become so numb to it that it really is kind of like, I mean, a lot of it's really crazy. Like, there's a lot of crazy speculation that, like, is just so... One of them, I remember someone, How To Basic asked Ian, like, is Jake Paul really trying to steal Creator Clash? And Ian was like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, what? What is that? And apparently there was a video that someone made where they were saying that, like, Jake Paul was trying to steal Creator Clash from us, or was buying it from us, or, like, some weird, like, there's some really strange shit out there. That one was funny, though. How Too Basic. Was he really trying to steal Creator Clash? Huh? I think maybe that speculation comes from our head of boxing operations. We found him and brought...
Oh, is that a reference to Big Bungie, is it? Big Bungington. Say his name. Big Bungie's fucking great, man. Oh, yeah, he's a funny guy. Funny guy. Very bigoted, though. Very bigoted. I disapprove of some of his thoughts, but he's funny.
Him on. He's our business partner. He co-owns Creator Clash with us. Jake Paul's handler, I don't know what to call him, manager, I guess, Nikisa, what really liked what we did and really liked Mike and wanted to bring him on for Jake Paul's boxing career to be a boxing consultant. So now he works for both of us. I don't know. I think that's where it comes from. But any advice on dealing with the anxiety? Go to open like open gym, because then you can just walk in and like hit the bag and kind of like people will approach you. The boxing community is very like open. They want people to come in. It's very sweet for the most part. I'm not gonna speak for every gym, but it's weird to me that commentary YouTube people that just wants to tear down other people. It's upsetting. I mean, I don't want to be like this person, but their videos that do well often have Ian in the thumbnail. So, I mean, I guess there's incentive for it. When people, I think, get sick of it, it will like kind of die down. But until people get sick of it, which who knows when that will be, maybe never. But it is interesting. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Mooey. I really, I don't know, it's sick. I love getting compliments on them. This is my favorite arm. They're starting to kind of age a bit, which is really exciting to me. Yeah, boxing community is generally very supportive. I'm trying to get into weight training and general health improvement, and y'all are like my role models. Oh my god.
For context, you reach university later.
You could be beautiful. Yes, of course you can. Absolutely.
So, if nobody's told you today, you look great. Your hair looks amazing.
I can't watch all this, dude.
Good
That's
afternoon,
crazy.
wherever you are, you beautiful person. That's right, I'm talking to you.
Is that the kind of thing that we're...
You're a human being, you're beautiful.
And this was 2018. Is that what she was talking about with the thing? I was just flashing through that, and I thought I saw myself, but I'm like, there's no way. This is from 2018. Was it that? Did I see a picture of Sam Hyde and think, what the fuck? What is
Look
this
at
thing?
this fan art. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. But usually I'm the puppet master. Brother, you are going to hell for making this. I'm like... What the fuck? We can't look at that?
I took it off screen.
Okay.
Jag with the 20. Just got an email about Creator Clash 2 coming up. Sad to see you didn't make the card again. When will Idubbbz break free from that succubus that is holding him back?
I think he's... I shouldn't say. I got a funny message from Keemstar, but I won't say what he said. I'm not gonna say it. But I think Idubbbz should wear a condom.
Dude, what the
Strap up.
Member 555 with the 20 says, Sam, you hear...
Okay, listen. We're going to watch that tomorrow. We're going to watch the full thing tomorrow. I want to I also, dude, it's 9:15. I'm going to do the rest of this today, though. I'll finish this. It's the last day of the month, okay? Fuck it. We'll have a little bit of a bonus. Brucey bonus. I wonder what that message said. Anyway. It's the case behind her where she keeps Idubbbz. Oh my god, dude. You guys, hey, what are you like? What are you guys like? Come on now.
Tattoos and overall aesthetic. Oh, I love hearing that. Man, the gym, muscle mass, it's important. It's good for everything. It's good for aging. It's good for keeping your bone density up. It's yeah. If there's one thing you should do for yourself, even if it's just body weight exercises, like doing some form of like weightlifting is good for women and men. Would Ian do OnlyFans? We've talked about it before. He kind of has. I don't know how much information I can give. Like hand cameos. I don't shit.
Why would you say this, man? Why would you say this, dude? I don't know how much I can say, and then goes on to yap. Ian getting blacked on the alt account. Hand cameo. The hand cameo. The hand cameo was Idubbbz feeding a big black cock into Anisa's pussy. That's what the cameo was. Dude, what the fuck, bro? I don't think it's like that, to be fair. That is a pure meme based in the absurdity of it. I don't think that's true. That's not factual. I don't think that happened, okay? I think it means more so filming. Oh my god, man. Fucking hell. Anyway, look. Obviously it's insane to just say this stuff that is obviously going to be a bit embarrassing and shit for Idubbbz publicly.
I want to get in trouble. But I don't know, maybe. I've really slowed down on that, just mostly because like we're moving around a lot and there's a lot of things going on. And then I got my explant removed, like my implants removed, and that was like a whole thing. Yeah, we've talked about it on the pod. I have met boy. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Really?
It's so.
I'd be asking for a refund of the Trade Subscriptions Act. What happened to this bitch's tits? What the fuck, bro? I paid for big juicy milkers, and now they've gone. What a fucking. No! That was the best bit about it. Do I get a refund on my fee? Come on, this is bullshit. Unbelievable.
Interesting how lurkers, like, if you talk about certain things, like the hate lurkers, they can't help it. They have to, like, come out. It's like pouring salt on pork. Young Dumb Suck says, tell him to show hole! You can tell who that is. That's, like, a hate watcher that's, like, here to, like, farm.
Oh, listen.
Young.
Oh, the
It's so interesting how lurkers, like, if you talk about certain things, like the hate lurkers, they can't help it. They have to, like, come out. It's like pouring salt on pork.
One guy
Young Dumb Suck says, tell him to show hole! You can tell who that is. That's, like, a hate watcher that's, like, here to, like, farm.
Oh, no. Wait, what was that? I didn't mean to click on that. Dude. That is pretty fucking dicey stuff. Just ban them. Wait, that's not necessarily a hate watcher. Okay.
They're like, and they can't help it. They have to, like, say their stupid, like, one-line things. It's like, it just draws them up.
Just ban them. Just ignore it.
They're foaming at the mouth. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's not the only thing that's foaming, am I right? Yo! Okay.
Yeah, I know. It takes a lot of energy. I think it's just, I don't know. There's a lot going on in there. I learned that about, I think that's just the way it is. When you feel like you don't have a lot of control in your life, which, to be honest, like, how many of us feel like we have control in our lives right now? We're in a very, like, chaotic time. You do things to try and get control. And for some people, that's looking for confirmation bias in a person that they've chosen to hate online. They, like, remove the humanity from the person, and they, like, look at the online projection, and then they, like, take what they want from it to, like...
Yeah. Sure, people online are fucking annoying and weird, and God, I'm so sick of hearing this. That's all you ever hear from these people. Yeah, people online are fucking gay. I don't know. I'm just, yeah, sure. All these big complaints about it. Like, just ignore the shit that's bad. It's so simple, surely.
Confirm. Like, it is really interesting. Some people really, like, when they comment on stuff in, like, on my socials and stuff, like, they truly hate. They hate me. They truly hate me, or they truly hate Ian. And to get to that point, like, I would argue that, like, the hate is so visceral, it's, like, past any in real life person that they know. And I think that's just because they keep confirming their bias, right? They'll take what they want out of... I mean, even we were talking about on the podcast I've talked about it on the blog, but I'll talk about it here. We were we had a frivolous lawsuit thrown at us, and it was looming over us for like a year and a half. After we like lost money on the second Creator Clash, there was this fucking asshole, who. So back when we were trying to make Creator Clash and it was just like a concept, right? It wasn't a thing at all. We knew that we had to get like a promoter or someone who knew boxing to help us. And we had some meetings with some people. And one of the meetings that we had, this person tacked themselves on without us knowing. They're like a merch fulfillment asshole. Not online, not like nobody would know who this person is. Dick though. He comes in, we have a meeting, does like a 15-minute presentation on his business that no one asked for at all, right? Gave his number to Ian at the end of the meeting. We didn't text him ever. But there was someone at the meeting that we did like, and we texted them, and we got to know them, and we ended up working with them. Only had one meeting with this person. Didn't even know they were showing up. Didn't want them to show up. Don't care, to be honest. Don't care.
Oh, no.
First Creator Clash happens. Great. Everything's great. We don't hear anything. Second Creator Clash happens. We get an email from a lawyer that is accusing us of wrongfully pushing this person out of the business. Okay? That's the email we got. That this person had a right to part ownership of the business. And so it became a shakedown because he knew that he didn't have a part of the business. He knew it. But the threat of going to court would cost us so much fucking money. And he knew it, even if he lost, because he doesn't have any money. That fucker doesn't have any money anymore, okay? Because he's made bad business decisions. We found out after the fact. So he was...
This is like a schizophrenic meltdown. What is even happening right now? So, does anyone know the story on this? Let it play. Okay.
You know, we were basically playing chicken of like, fine, fucking.
I'll just shut up,
so we
shall
were going
I?
back and forth for like months of like, fine, take us to fucking court. Because if we would have went to court, he would have lost, but we would have been out money. So basically, what he was hoping for was that we were going to pay him to go away. So it was a shakedown. It was a frivolous lawsuit. When we were telling them, we lost money. Like one, because he wanted the things that he was asking for. He ended up asking for like $250,000, which I was like, I'll give you $1. I'll give you one. He was asking for $250,000, and he was arguing that it's for lost salary and lost earnings from the event. We explained to him, we don't take a salary, buddy. So even if you had part ownership, there would be your salary that you take is zero. Okay? And then we said also, like, we don't have any money. You're sniffing up the wrong tree. Like, we lost money on this event. His lawyer, not our lawyer, there's like this commentary, fucking, he's so annoying. This commentary YouTuber, like, I don't know if he can't like listen or like what's wrong with his brain, but we explained this in the Patreon podcast. This person's lawyer, the shakedown lawyer, used a commentary video, okay, that insinuated, I have to be very careful with my words.
Yo, Blows Blacks, let's go! Bo Black's getting a fucking shout out. Beast, that's so funny.
Words here because this person will say technically they didn't say that. Insinuated that we pocketed money. Insinuated that we didn't actually lose money. Okay? Insinuated that it only costs $100,000 to run an event like this, which is not true, okay? This is in the millions. This event costs in the millions to run. I'm not kidding. It's fucked up, okay? And that all is our responsibility. We took that on because we wanted to do something fun and cool and good for charity.
Okay, can we be real about this for a second, okay? This is a completely insane thing to do, to go on the stream and say all this shit and then get mad at people and then be surprised. Like, this perfectly encapsulates this idiot's problem. She is aggressively going after other people and sounding like a complete fucking schizo freak in the way she's expressing it. And then wonders why people talk about her and shit. She's obviously not got the fucking mental state to do this.
And whatever. It is a very expensive event to run. There's a lot that goes on, okay? It's a huge thing. It's a 20,000 seat arena. Anyways, the lawyer used the YouTube video to say that this was proof that we were pocketing money. So the point that I was making with that clip that got taken out of context again, or like he just didn't understand what I was saying, is that we were in a shakedown lawsuit, and part of the reason why they thought that they could bark up our tree was because commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job, let alone put on a whole event, okay?
Yo!
You have no clue. You don't even know what it's like to clock in and have someone breathe down your neck. So don't tell me how much it costs. $100,000 does not even cost 1/4 of the broadcasting fees. So, like, I don't...
Well, I mean, I have worked, ready, steady jobs and shit before. Like, you know, I don't understand what relevance this has got to, like, was what Bo Black said correct or not? What did he factually get wrong, if anything? Like, you know, and you're acting like this is his fault because he pointed something out that was then used in a fucking lawsuit. If something is wrong, something is fucking wrong. The fact that you're saying he insinuated something is quite telling, I think. Does anyone know what this is in reference to? Any insight? I literally don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Know what crack these like commentary YouTubers are on, but I want some. No, I know this is going on. I love how I didn't wear makeup today. I look disgusting as shit. But this will go on every and I don't. I'm at the. I don't care. I don't care anymore because even when we don't say something,
I don't know. Sounds like you kind of care, to be honest with you. First of all, and second of all, you're like, what was it? I'm fucking losing it. Listen, it's nearly 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, like you're saying all this shit about, and like, okay, this is what I was going to say. If you just did a stream where you spoke to your chat, okay, and just said a bunch of normal stuff or whatever, you might get a few cringe bits clipped, but mostly people are not going to fucking care or pay attention. The fact that you had this spurg out is why people are now looking at this and talking about this. She and Ian told the story about the promoter, the thing suit, when we were last time watching Ian and Anisa stuff, okay? After 9 PM, the chaser in Chud comes out. We're going to have to get into some trans content for me. I'm not a chaser, come on, I'm just a normal dude.
even when we don't say something, they think we're saying something. Do you know what I mean? Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna assume shit, so I'm so over it. Like, and I'm over them crying. They cry like they're the victims. Bro, you like made a video like with all these weird out of pocket assumptions. Like, just so out of pocket.
Okay, what were the? I really need to get some insight. What were the weird out of pocket presumptions? I don't understand. Look at this. Dude. Yeah. You guys are out of control. I cannot avow this misogyny. This is shocking to me. Don't do it. No, stop. Come on. Oh. I think she means Josh implying they were pocketing money. Okay. Bo Black said they were pocketing money from Creator Clash 1. She copes by saying it was from 2. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, I don't know. I think that I don't want. If you're putting on big elaborate parties that aren't needed for your mates to fucking schmooze at, I mean, you know, it's a bit like it's. I wouldn't say it's exactly the same as the Completionist, but there's a similar flavour to it where it's like you're claiming expense. It's like, do you genuinely need to claim the expenses that you're claiming for the event? You know. Did Bo Blacks cook or not? Yes or no?
I don't know. I know a lot of them have never worked a real job. I know that for a fact. And if you have, you worked there for a week and you cried and you quit. That's the other thing.
Oh my God, dude, she's fucking
never
hard.
worked a real job. Bro, I didn't get on the internet until I was 21. I had to pay for my own. I was in college working like a fucking serving job. Okay, I was doing both. I had 4 to 5 classes a semester, and then I would go work a serving job. Okay, and before that, I worked at a pet store and a Dairy Queen because I function in society. And then I got lucky, right?
That is true about Bobby, though. Is it true he's not worked? Probably, yeah. I mean, he's been a YouTuber for ages. The thing is I just, you know, it doesn't matter what your work background is. What matters is what you're saying correct or not? Yes or no? That's the thing. And she's using this kind of like sneaky language to get around it, you know? It's like, he insinuated something. Well, what was it he said specifically that was wrong that caused you legal troubles?
I got lucky and I started making money on the internet, so I quit. But I've been working.
Also, what was it she said there?
I was in college working like a fucking serving job, okay? I was doing both. I had 4 to 5 classes a semester, and then I would go work a serving job, okay? And before that, I worked at a pet store and a Dairy Queen because I function in society.
But wait, how would any of those jobs give you the insight and capability to run a big event? What? Doesn't make no fucking sense, dude. So you worked at a Dairy Queen. What insight does that give you to run a big event and understand how it works? You know, if there was an argument here of, oh, well, there was this relevant experience, you know, doing project management for some company or something. Yeah, maybe, but you scooped ice cream and worked selling fucking dog food. What? Why is this a relevant experience, dude?
And then I got lucky, right? I got lucky and I started making money on the internet, so I quit. But I had been working since I was like 12, I'm not even kidding, 12 years old. Because in Canada at the time, I don't know if now, but at the time, if your parents sign you can sign something, you can work. I worked at a movie theater when I was a kid. But you fuckers that are looking at this right now, I know that you would fucking cry if I said something to you in real life. I know you would cry. How do I know? Because I've done it to one of you fuckers in real life, and you have cried. You cried and apologized to me, and you even said that I made you feel like a bitch.
Oh no.
And I'm glad that I did, to be honest. So more people should do that to you. So there's an ad break. Oh, I did it during an ad break. Yeah.
No. Dude, why? Why are you saying all this? Oh, man. Then everyone clapped. Dude. What is this? Anisa Joma briefly makes her account public to respond to radio host Red Bar. Dude's upset because another man's wife isn't hot enough. Dude, what the fuck, dude? I don't know if I can show that or not, for fuck's sake. Chill the fuck out with that, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, but Twitch are fucking... Who knows? Listen, they've got rid of that team. I don't know what's going on at Twitch, bro. I go, here, dude, what the fuck? Bobs. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, it'll be all right. Okay. Yeah, anyway, we saw the meat and potatoes there, literally. Okay, quite literally.
I don't know. Yeah. So I don't feel bad anymore. And I'm just not scared. I work as a maintenance man at an assisted living facility and deal with a lot of crazy stuff. Lol, as someone in the industry, do you think making videos about all the crazy shit I have to fix could do well? I think so. I think as long as you're minding the privacy of the people that are, staying there, I think it could be very interesting.
Oh my god, what an idiot. That was a fucking grade A spurg out there. That was great. Holy fuck. Based. Absolutely based. Based clippable moment. No wonder everyone's talking about this, man.
Bragging how being enslaved in shitty jobs and describing as being useful for society. I mean, yeah, we've all been tricked into trying to cope in different ways. I try not to blame people that are slaves to capitalism and have to work fucking 80-hour work weeks. However they want to cope, but they felt...
Why do people hate this person? Why? I don't get it. They're so brilliant and wonderful and say great things all the time without fail. Come on, it's obvious why no one likes you because you say lame gay shit like that all the time. Oh my god. Oh.
Like a little bitch. It's because they are /war one. It's that was crazy. That one was crazy to me. Ian put that clip at the end of the Froggy Fresh video, but that one, that pissed me off, dude. That one, Ian keeps me, this is the truth, okay? Ian keeps me on a leash, okay? And I'm okay with that because I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash, a tight leash, to be honest, because I am unhinged. I will just say shit. So we're at the
what the fuck? This is crazy. Why is she saying all this? This is mental.
Boxing event, where it's meant for everybody to celebrate each other and what we did, and we did karaoke and whatever. There's alcohol there, and close friends are allowed at this party. It's in a hotel, okay? And this fucker snuck in. He was not supposed to get in. The reason why he got in was because he happened to say, by accident, the name of one of our, higher-ups, and was like, oh, Justin said I could get in, right? And so they gave him a wristband.
Bro, that's the oldest trick in the book. Just pick a random dude's name. Yeah, Justin said I can come in. Oh, Justin, yeah, no problem. In you come. Dude, that is classic. The most basic fucking social, what is it called? Social thingy. What the manipulative thing you do where you sort of speak in a manipulative way to get something that you want. Yeah, social engineering. Based and simplistic social engineering. Justin said I could come in. Oh, Justin, yeah, come right on in, no problem.
So he got in. And I saw on Twitter the day before that he was tweeting shit, right? He was like he was doing that thing where you don't like fully commit to being a fuck, but like enough of a fuck that like he basically wore like a Free Froggy Fresh shirt or like held the sign or something. I think he had a Krispy Kreme shirt on or some shit, and he was like, there was like a Free Froggy Fresh sign that like made it to the front of the like walkout of Ian's walkout, and he like tweeted the picture. No, it wasn't Brandon Buckingham. It was fucking I always call him Rusty Spoon, but I think his name's Rusty Cage. He was snuck into the party. Okay, so Ian wasn't around, much like right now, which is why I'm doing this right now. Ian wasn't around. He was somewhere else, and I saw that fucker. I saw him waiting in line for free alcohol, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I fucking walked over there, and bro's like little, okay? He's already like a small guy, and I had platforms on, so I was real big that day. And I walked over, and I just put my hand on his shoulder, right? I leaned over, and I said, hey man, what you did yesterday, really fucking uncool, actually. And he was like, like he was shocked, right? And he even admits this. He admits that he apologized to me. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And I was like, no, you meant it, and it was shitty. And I fucking walked away. I just walked away. I was like, whatever, you can fucking stay at the party, but I want you to know that I think you're a fucking dick. And it
didn't even kick him out. Okay, well, that seems like a bit of an L on your part, no? That was really uncool. Okay. But you don't have to leave. Okay.
Clearly, it clearly got to him, because he ended up in like some interview later saying that it made him feel like a bitch. Why would you admit that? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, so that's why I need to be on a leash. Because I need to be. Right? That's the truth of it. That made me so mad, though. Like, you are... Why are you drinking our alcohol? At least he had the shame to admit that he was being a bitch. Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, it was. It was. Because I don't like the playing both sides thing. I really don't. It's not cool. The, like, half commitment, you know? Where, like, you're, like, retweeting stuff or, like, putting stuff out there or, like, you know, wearing a Krispy Kreme shirt at the thing. It's like, you are not cute. To the people who matter, the people, like, who actually care about, like, you know, they'll see it. And they know who you are. Even if you're not gonna... You might as well fully commit. Yeah, be a hater or don't. That's the thing. Just commit. Commit. You know? I have more respect. At least, like, some of these fuckers will, like, go around full out. You know? Just saying it. Just commit. Yeah, it's all of them. They all kind of want to, like, keep the door open. Do you know what I mean? They want to keep that door open at all times. And it's not respectable, to be honest. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Hoob. Just desperately wanting to be liked. I think recently he, like, fake guillotined himself and now hasn't been on the internet. I don't know. Maybe he'll come back if he sees this clip. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird, though. So, the truth is, I'm the one who...
Yeah, I you guys know more than this guy than I do. I like... Rusty Cage. Rusty Cage? Is that the guy's name? Will I recognise his face? Oh, I do recognise his face. Oh, yeah, she said. Yeah, the guy that guillotined himself. Oh, yeah. Okay. He killed himself shortly after this.
To be on a leash, okay? And I am usually on a leash. But you know, if I'm going to go live again, this is what it is. Yeah, they want to keep the DMs open. Yeah. No, you gotta be feral. It's so real. I'm like having my HRH moment. It's therapeutic. It is. It's very therapeutic because sometimes it makes me like, it just makes me so mad. It's like, who the fuck, like, we're just trying to like have fun and exist. That's the truth of it. Like, we're just trying to have fun and exist. There's no political agenda. There's no like, you know, playing the field or trying to make the most money. The reason why Ian does anything that he's been doing is because he's been leading with like what he thinks is right and what he wants to do. That's where it ends. And I think, like, for some people, that is so out of the realm of like, possibility. Like, they can't imagine it. They can't fathom it. So they have to, like, tack on all these, like, fake, like, dubious things. Do you know what I mean?
Does this thing have a pussy? That is disgusting, misogynistic language, and I completely disavow. Please do not say that.
Ian was mentioned that a doc was made about CC1 that ever be released. So there's a lot of things that are kind of like cooking. One of the things that we've been thinking about doing is you know, a third creator clash and doing a documentary after all three. So that's kind of why we're holding on to that. Originally Dane was editing the... It's kind of cool because we can talk about Dane and like people know who Dane is now fully, like on both sides, because Dane obviously is a popular YouTuber, but people in Ian's circle don't know him as much. But we gave Dane the footage for Creator Clash 1, and he just struggled. He wasn't inspired to make anything, so that's why it kind of halted. But I think like doing all three and having like a little end cap on it would be. It has to be therapeutic to tell the truth about your life. When people lie about you all the time or try to manipulate your image and who you are or who your husband is and does, you want to stand up for yourself in some way.
Okay, but I hate people that do this. They say that there's like lies or dishonesty, but there's no specifics. It's just, I mean, based on this, without watching the Bo Black's coverage, I've got no idea what specifically is being referred to there. Like, what did he get wrong? Doesn't see. I mean, unless you're willing to say exactly what it is. I mean, why would you believe that you got something wrong? It sounds like you got something right. It got used in some sort of court case and it fucked you over. Oh.
Without validating the behavior prompted you to do so. Yes, it is. It's very hard because anytime I do want to say something or clear something up or like kind of rebuttal, there's like a lot of people that are like, why are you giving it attention? Like, this is why it happens to you. But the truth is, like, that's not why it happens to me and the attention, or to us, and the attention, giving it attention, it doesn't matter because they don't actually care. They actually.
Jamal of the Jungle. I would not buy this woman. This woman is not fertile. This woman is she devil. Okay, thank you very much for Jamal of the Jungle for the $2. Appreciate it. Hope you're well.
We don't care. And I have been dealing with this since 2016. And there was a long time where I didn't talk about it at all. And it was still a problem. So, like, I think, like, being able to talk about it is at least better than just, like, I don't know, whatever the fuck we have been doing. Even if it was the reason why it happens to you guys, if these same fuckers were in the position you guys got in, they would want to speak truth too. I actually think most people, not most people, but those people specifically, if they were even remotely in any type of situation that me and Ian are in, they would have folded so fucking fast. They would have folded. They wouldn't have made it. In whatever way that means, quitting the internet, quitting fucking, they wouldn't have made it. You need a lot to go right to withstand this type of shit. You need solid relationships.
Okay, there's more. Don't worry, guys. And then moving on to this one.
You need like an okay self-esteem. You need like
Speed it up.
just like a fucking pervasive like a can-do attitude. To be honest, it's just like a lot of things that like those types of people just don't possess. To be honest, yeah, I can already see the thumbnail. Anisa, Idubbbz GF, unhinged. Yeah, they won't even put my name in there though. Yeah, I've tried every method, and some people just don't care about your perspective at all. Yes. Yeah, they don't care. So I don't care. That's kind of where I'm at. They don't care. I don't care. Hey, we can both live in our own realities. Your reality, I'm a horrible witch that's ruined everything that you hold dear. And in my reality, you're a fucking asshole.
Jamal of the Jungle's got some more comments. This woman scare me and my tribe. Shaman says she is not from this world. Why would women have hair of little boy? Okay, thank you, Jamal of the Jungle, for the $2. Appreciate it.
So we both, hey. For me personally, if I knew a large majority of the internet hated me, I'd be pretty miserable. It's hard. It's the thing that probably made it the hardest is that it's the biggest mirror that is in me and Ian's life, right? Like the most people share their opinions of us on the internet. In our personal life, people don't share their opinions about us other than like, oh, that video you made was cool, or oh, it's really nice seeing you guys, or your puppy's cute. Like nice things, are nice things from our family, supported from our family and friends, but like the opinions and how many there are. It's very loud. So it becomes a very large mirror. And sometimes it becomes hard. You get lost because you're like, well, I must be a piece of shit. But in reality, it's like the mirror is so warped on here on purpose because they want you to be a bad person that like when you look into it, you look into it and you see a hideous person and you go, oh my God, I'm hideous. But that's not, it's skewed. It's not a real.
Dude. Just stop looking. Or I don't know. It's just
Literally in the lines of text and just.
You reckon Idubbbz has got buyer's remorse? Do you reckon he's like, oh, I'm up for a bit of that. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And then now. Dude, it's stark. It's staggering. Bro, what the fuck happened here, dude? What the fuck? No! Bro, it's crazy. Thoughts on Diane Abbott running for Labour again? I'm racist. Hopefully that answers your question.
Mirror. Bye, Elijah.
Yeah, Diane Abbott was a fucking idiot.
I never hated you guys. I just didn't know anything beyond the stories.
Keir Starmer should purge that fucking stupid bitch like all the other leftoids. Let's go! Blairism will rise again.
Commentary, guys. I can't stand. Yeah, that's the. I think probably the most frustrating thing about all of it is like there's so much misinformation and the stories get telephoned so heavily that like I think now the story is like, yeah, it gets so fucked, and the first iteration of it is a lie, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And there's no way to fight it because a lot of these channels are like they get amplified, and how do you fight that? You know, like I'm talking to 72 people right now, and even yeah, it's like you're losing a propaganda war. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Because it's like, even, okay, so I'm talking to 72 people. One of them will grab this clip and twist it to whatever, add their like narration to it, and then it will go out to like 400,000 people. And they talk so confidently. Somebody on my Instagram comments this morning said Ian's on.
Great tribe say exile to the Lion Mountain.
Wait, wait, what?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
As we can see with this woman, the evil had infiltrated her soul. Shaman says there is no cure. Great tribe say exile to the Lion Mountain.
Bro, Jamal in the jungle is popping off, dude. Jamal, you're okay. Very funny. Very good bit. Thank you, brother. 420.
Drugs. They had. Let me read this to you because it was so crazy. The response, I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was on my like post just from the memories on my iPhone, but it says now he is broke, unemployed, and on drugs. Broke, unemployed, and on drugs. How is it even possible to turn a man from being a millionaire and loved to having hate channels getting 10 times your podcast views? Next level personality disorder. And what did he get in return? A manipulative tomboy that sells her body for a small monthly subscription fee. Somebody said, you need help. And they said, which part is incorrect? This person said, he's far from broke or unemployed. Being unemployed doesn't mean that you're not generating ad revenue. I doubt he's on drugs. He was just in Australia. I doubt he'd be able to travel internationally on drugs. This person replied to this confidently. They said on the podcast that they were broke. What? I don't know where that came from. His monthly views, 1.2 million, equal less than 2K per month, which I don't know where that's coming from. 2K per month in AdSense. I know because I have AdSense, which everybody's AdSense like clicks per whatever is different, but sure. And he also said that he's on drugs on his podcast. The rest is correct as well. Like, what do you do to that? What do you say to that? Like, somebody was like trying to have a fair discussion and they were like, nope, all true. They said this on their podcast. Said none of.
Okay, so wait a second. You're. Am I being unempathetic here? I just can't imagine a situation where you're going to spend that much time worrying about what some shitter on Twitter is saying about you. Like, why? Why would you bother? You know, I mean, obviously they're not like a Hollywood celebrity level, but do you think that fucking, I don't know, do you think Leonardo DiCaprio, right, slamming his fucking 19-year-old bit of stuff that he's just started knocking about with, do you think he's there fucking slamming her on his Friday night? And then he's like, oh, hang on a minute. What is Hitler Rapist 1488 saying about this on Twitter? Oh no, this person says I'm a fucking pedo for dating a 19-year-old. Oh no, dude, he doesn't fucking care. He's fucking balls deep in some 19-year-old punny, bro. He doesn't give two fucks. Like, no, just don't engage with look at it, you know? But bringing it up as well just makes it worse and makes people want to talk about it more.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you, Jamal, for the $2. This woman is not suited for life in wildlife, in the wild. Life in Africa, warlord, preferable than being near this evil she-thing. Avoid graffiti woman, we say. Oh my God. Okay, it's 9:20. I'm going to finish this, but we've reached the witching hour.
That on our podcast. That's what I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like, there are people out there who legitimately, like, they don't see very much about us, and the stuff that they do see is, like, this shit, and then they're like, oh, that's so sad. Ian's on drugs. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, no, I know it's true. You can't. It's just crazy, because they start talking to other people, and then it's like...
See, this is, you know... This is the kind of stuff I think that Josh Moon was referencing about the perfectly managed social media profile thing, right? It's like they want to have a pristine, perfect social media presence that is beyond reproach and scrutiny, but like people get to talk about you, you know? And that's it. You can't have your carefully, pristinely managed social media profile anymore. People are going to talk shit, and people are going to think badly of you and stuff. You know. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Ian is I think the doing drugs thing is getting they're it's coming from the Adderall. Like, he got diagnosed with ADHD, so he, like, I don't know. In that comment, they attacked you as a woman, your body, and speculated on your income and your sobriety. It's a form of delusion they're doing. It's unfair to It's weird because they really do cook up. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like you have no agency. Because, like, it doesn't matter what we do. Like, we're very happy, very comfortable. We're, like, making a podcast because we don't have to worry, you know, that much. Like, life is going to be fine no matter what, is very much where we're at right now. And we're not promoting the podcast very hard, and we're not, like, trying to make it we're not trying to make it viral. We want it to be a slow build of a community that we really like. That's, like, the whole point of it. And to have people, like, tell us what is wrong with our lives or what's going on or why things are the way that they are is very, hard. It's very jarring. It's like the Marvel channels that I definitely don't watch that pull a 48-minute breakdown of a screenshot from their asses. That's crazy.
Chud, please don't go on Adderall. The only drugs that I take is caffeine and, you know, once a year maybe, something else, but that's it, okay? I'm not planning to go onto any drug regularly, okay? Anyway.
But yeah, so Ian got diagnosed with ADHD, and is now taking Adderall, and it's helped him a fuck ton. It's not even that much. He's on like 5 milligrams slow release or something twice a day, so it equals like 10 total. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what they mean by on drugs. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like figure out what. I thought going to therapy would actually make me want to get off the internet. Like, I thought like I would go to therapy and I'd be like, oh, of course, like I need to get off the internet. But for some reason, like therapy has made me want to like come back to the internet. I love doing this. I love talking. I love riffing. I love entertaining. I loved who I was career-wise before I stepped foot into the Idubbbz community. I loved that. I was so happy in that aspect of my life, in my career. And I gave it up because I thought at the time that that was the right thing to do. I thought that it would stop people from like obsessively, I don't know. I thought it was the right thing to do. And
I'm still listening.
It's weird. Going back to therapy has made me realize how much I don't want to like let that go, which kind of sucks because like I'm figuring that out now when, I used to have like a very healthy base. And now it's like, well, what's the point? Like sometimes it feels like what's the point? Like can I even build it back up? Like should I go do trades or go serve but I feel like I would be remiss, I think that's the right word, if I didn't try. It's good to delete TikTok. I mean, it's going away anyways. Yeah, I think it's dehumanizing people. They're just separating people from the content and then dehumanizing the content, and then it makes it easy to, like, hate consume it. That's basically what happens. I agree that Twitch is a better community than YouTube right now, for sure. I wonder if I made some YouTube videos and kind of, like, told people that I was streaming on Twitch, I wonder how a YouTube video on my channel would even do. Thanks, Megan. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, they definitely, I don't think they see me, or I know for sure they don't see me as a
Chud has taken his once a year as a treat ketamine. Well, it's basically medical treatment, to be honest with you. I need to be able to cut loose once in a while, okay? And that just helps me to do that, okay? It's a little release, just, you know, keep the wolves at the door. I don't know. Oh. No. I'm not on any drugs. I don't do drugs. I do not. The worst you'll see is me maybe having a Christmas drink, okay? That's it. That's literally the absolute most you'll see. But regular drug and drinking, you've got nothing to fear, okay? You know, I have got... Guys, if I wanted to go and buy a bunch of fucking drugs and do it, I could just do it. I could, you know, probably within hours have a couple of grams of whatever substance I desire if I wanted to. But I don't, because I've got self-control. I'm not really that into it, okay? Obviously, you know, it's quite Moorish, isn't it? It's quite, it'd be a bit fun, wouldn't it, to do a little bit of drugs? Why not? But no, absolutely not. No fucking way. And yeah, I don't know. Now, the thing is, it's disastrous, isn't it? You basically are putting a torch to everything that you've... I mean, look at Raketa. Raketa is such a good example of this, right? Literally just putting a torch to everything you've achieved. And he has made an absolutely insane amount of money doing this, you know? I don't know, dude. It's just, it's sad. It is sad. It's funny and it's good memes and there's all the cope and stuff, but fundamentally it's a very sad tale of debauchery.
Person. I think they do see me as a character. I think that a lot of them see Ian as their like friend. Like I think a lot of them think Ian is like sending them messages or something. Like the way that people talk about Ian is, I don't know. It's very disturbing. Really, making YouTube videos but streaming the filming. That's so interesting. I feel like people here are more of a real community. I agree. I've always been a Twitch hoe. Like, I've loved Twitch. I've been on Twitch since 2014. That's the other thing. That's, man, yeah. The people who say, like, I, like, used Ian or I'm only relevant because of Ian or whatever. Like, I'm the least relevant I've ever been in my life. And I have been the least relevant I've ever been in my career being attached to Ian. I was a lot more relevant and a lot more, like, popular.
Was she? Is this true? Can anyone speak to this? Some of the stuff I just haven't followed closely, so you need to help me out, chat. Is that true?
Pre-dating Ian on here. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it just kind of naturally follows for me that this idea that she was more relevant before. Like, surely being associated with Idubbbz is going to make you the most relevant person, you know? Surely.
I use OBS. Oh, hello. Hi, my wallet. It's okay. I'm just like venting. I'm giving commentary channels new clips. That's it. I should have titled it that. Giving commentary YouTubers new clips. Please remember that the same thing happened to H3H3 over time. The people that had at first hated his switch from edge content to more interviewed center content came back because they saw how grounded and personal he became. The same will happen to you and Ian. That, Matt, I really, 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 really appreciate that optimism. And we actually look to Ethan when we're having a hard time, to be honest. Like, sometimes, like, we'll just think about, like, Ethan did it, and Ethan's doing great. You're basically their job. They should be thankful.
I mean, it's... Ethan's kind of come out the other side as well, you know? But also, it's not really comparable though, because there wasn't like an external factor. Well, I guess Hassan was Ethan's Anisa, really, I guess you could say. And now that kind of has ended somewhat. Well, but they're probably going to come back to it, I guess, when they do the election stuff. But I can only imagine. But I don't know. It's not really a comparable situation. I think there's a different dynamic at play there that doesn't really... I don't know.
You're bringing... That's true. Yeah, subscribing to the Patreon was crazy. We were very shocked by that one. Shocked, but not shocked. I only know Ian from Creator Clash, and I did not come up on their work. Essentially, I found the backlash to his development into his
Dude, did I not announce that? I've not announced the stream since the 24th of May in the Discord. I don't think it's making that much difference, but I just keep forgetting, dude. What's wrong with me? You need to remind me at the start of the stream or I forget.
Later adulthood to be a form of, I want my friend in my head to conform to my behavioral choices and beliefs. I think that's a sound analysis. My therapist said it best. It's really interesting having a therapist like look into all of this, but she said like the types of people who are angry are people who have probably been told their whole life that their life would be better if they got a girlfriend, and they're seeing Ian change because of a girl, or like they've decided it's because of a girl, and he's like, you know, not doing what they want, and it's challenging their like ideas of what they've told themselves is okay, right? Like it kind of puts in their face again, like you, like, especially when people say like, oh, he's better or he's matured or whatever, like it makes them angry because it's like, why are you telling me that this is like what I need, right? And she's like, I'm not saying they need to get a girlfriend, but I'm saying that that's definitely something that they've heard plenty of times in their life, and it makes them angry seeing that manifest in someone that they held on to so like dearly, of like, I can be like this. I can be like this guy. This guy's funny. This guy's great. I'm like this guy. We're friends. And then that guy says, I'm not really into that anymore. And then it kind of like fucks everything up. Yeah, going outside. I think boxing and meeting communities and meeting people outside of the internet and having conversations, like, also just life. I don't think people...
Dude, it just comes across so badly. You sound like you're coping and seething. And I don't know. I'm trying to find some empathy somewhere, okay? No, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think, okay, am I just like, you know, in saying just ignore shit? Is that unfair? Is that unreasonable? But I think, no, you can just ignore stuff. You know, if big celebrities can do it with way more attention on them, you know, I just feel like there's a way that you can disregard it and not pay attention to it, and it's fine. But it's very obvious that you're looking at it and it's bothering you, and it's like having a rotten tooth and you keep touching it even though it hurts every time you touch it. You can't resist the pain of it. There's something in the pain that you enjoy, so you keep doing it in a weird, twisted way. Like, yeah, you just like, I don't know, just stay off social media. And certainly don't make obvious, clear mistakes that people are going to come at you for, like fucking up Creator Clash 2. Baldo? Question mark? I don't know where that came from. Thank you, though, chat, for that.
A lot has happened to me and Ian outside of online that has been very hard. A lot of loss in both of our lives, family-wise. A lot of just upheaval, constant change over the past 5 years. There was no way we would have
Huffing pure copium.
I just don't think it was possible. So, and he's figuring it out. You know, I'm really proud of him. He's figuring it out. He's uploading. He's figuring out who he wants to be and what he wants to put out on the internet. And I think that he's a very smart and talented person, and he just needs to keep figuring it out for himself. And that's, you know, where he's at. Hard agree with Matt. The wave comes around. Plus, with so many creators finding a revenue stream and hate watching y'all. Oh, that's interesting. It's more likely proof of your potential staying power than proof of fate of relevance. That, I really like that, actually. He's literally me kind of behavior with most of his old school fans. Yeah. I'm 26 and I've never been cuddled, a girl, and I've never stopped liking you.
There's this kind of cope that people do of this endless, you know, claiming that what they're doing is a sign of their misgivings or a sign of their issue. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be that deep. It can just be that you're kind of a shitter. You know what I mean? It's like, you're a shitty person, people are talking about it and calling it out. Maybe the hardcore A-log people or something, maybe you could say something about them. But there's some people that aren't that intense, and it's just like, yeah, you said some fucked up shit, and people want to criticize you for it. Or you fucked up with Creator Clash, and people want to criticize you for that, and so on and so forth.
That is not having many romantic prospects does not mean that you are like one of those types of people. It's part of it. Sometimes it's not all of it, but the point just being that, like, if you can grow and change with any friendship, any relationships, whether it's romantic or platonic, if you can go out there and live life and experience things, you're doing well. It has nothing to do with whether or not you're having sex. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, and some people are just agents of chaos. They're not looking to do anything beyond just be a shitter on the internet. That's how some people blow off steam. Some people have got like normal lives, and then they just come on the internet to talk their shit because, you know, it enables you to say, you know, you can do stuff online you can't do in the real world. Like if you engage in the way in the real world like you do online, people would think you're a fucking psychotic freak. So that's how you blow off steam. And that's fine too. I fully support that, okay? Listen, if you got a really shitty, stressful job and you find relief in say crazy shit about me, good luck to you, okay? I just won't listen. I just won't look at what you're saying. I don't really care. Good luck. So speak on it as you wish.
As someone who was a fan of Ian back in the day and enjoying his content, I was even happier that he grew into maturing and realizing that his old content was pretty harmful, just like how I realized that type of content and humor can really hurt someone. Yeah, I feel like everybody kind of woke up a little bit at the same time, which is nice. Would you work a trade job because you need to or because you'd want something to do? Want something to do, for sure. I want to have purpose. I don't want to just be sitting around rotting, you know? And I think learning trades... Oh, this like fell and it's like...
Okay... When they say what kind of job exactly are they talking about? Dude, there's no way I can speak from experience in my little, whatever this is, whatever you want to call this, my media empire, okay? And I can assure you that going back to a regular job would be a self-perceived, it'd be a failure, you know? I'd be like, oh, it hasn't worked out. Like, you think like that, wouldn't you? Oh, the thing I was doing hasn't worked out and I have to go and do a regular job now. You know, it's one of those things, but it's not like trying to paint it as a good thing or a positive thing is kind of crazy to me. Imagine Anisa Joma as your fucking plumber. Yeah, I've just done a massive shit in the toilet and blocked it. If you could clear that out, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Speaking of which, I forgot to say this. Quite funny. But the other day, basically, it was around the neighbour's house. Okay, with my boys, because they had this like party thing that was happening. So just went around there for a little bit. And as we were leaving, right, one of my lads goes, "Okay, I've got to go and do a big dumpy now. Bye." And just walked off. Just announced to this party of fucking old people that you need to do a shit. What, isn't that insane? What an insane thing to do. But also very funny. And it's funny, you read about those sorts of things that kids say and then you experience it. It's very hilarious. They don't have like they'll just say stuff, you know. Yes, it was the autistic one. Yes, it was. Yeah. Based. I mean, it's embarrassing, you know. I mean, it does. You're like, oh, it's like obviously, oh, sorry about that, and everyone's like, oh, it's fine, you know. They find it funny, but yeah. Kids say the darndest things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kids are very funny. Kids are hilarious. Yep. But anyway, yeah, it'd be kind of funny. Anisa Joma turns up to clear out your septic tank. Based.
Feet. I think learning a trade would be rewarding, for sure. There are so many fans of Ian that came up in that edgy content-centered era. Eventually, they will wonder what happened to Ian and slowly come back to him, and you as well. The things that you guys are doing, the podcast, the clash, the streams, will be a beacon for those fans that lost touch. Oh, that's so sweet. This is like so nice to hear. Oh, Mooey, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Sal Boys. Eventually, the commentary channels will...
Oh my god, dude. Look at this, using this old clip of her. Right. Dude, this it's staggering. It is staggering, dude. Come on, man. That's crazy.
See more and more success and get bored, just like they do with Stage 3. That podcast, the clash, the streams will be a beacon for those fans that lost touch. Oh, that's so sweet. This is like so nice to hear. Oh, Mooey, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Sal Boys. Eventually, the commentary channels will see more and more success and get bored, just like they do with Stage 3. You have no idea how like nice that is to hear. Thank you, B-Friend. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for talking to me today, guys, because it feels super helpful. It feels super nice. And, like, everything else is, like, so wonderful right now. Like, our relationship.
Just, like, reading out the cope comments from chat. Look. No disrespect to you guys, okay? Some of you are funny. Some of you are quite intelligent and say very insightful things sometimes, okay? But a lot of you are completely retarded, okay? And on top of that as well, I think this idea that this fucking random chatter, like, I don't know, like, if a random chatter said a bunch of cope shit to me, I couldn't engage it. Oh, thanks for that. Like, as if fucking, what is it? You know, Matster, as if Matster is the one that is able to fucking know what's going to happen with this. Who the fuck is this dude? Who the fuck is Matster to know what's going to happen? They're probably coping and don't know what they're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just... And then you take that, oh, thanks, that's really nice to hear. Yeah, that's the problem. It's nice to hear. It doesn't make it true, does it? So stupid, man.
Relationship is wonderful. Our dogs are wonderful. I'm like growing as a person, and like, you know, I'm doing well talking to my family and keeping in touch. I'm finding my like voice. I'm finding my like who I am. Like, there's a lot of things that are coming into focus that makes me feel really whole and happy. So the one thing that feels like it's missing is, you know, what it means as a creator, like who we are, you know, as creators, who he is, who I am. And that's it would be so nice if we could figure.
Chud, I think you're handsome and not a chaser at all. You're a beacon in this community and people are drawn to you because you're so great. Oh. Chud, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and dog on it, people like you. It's just, even as a joke, it's too cringe, dude.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Everyone's a ratted on the internet.
Thank you for the $5. You know, my only thing is, and I don't expect this even. I don't think you should do this, right? But the only thing I would be like, okay, fair enough, is if someone, you know, was calling me like a full-blown pedo or something like that, right? Then at that point, everyone's clear for takeoff. Go fucking ballistic, okay? But other than that, I just, oh God, I can't bear it, you know? I don't mind like a bit of, it's nice to get the occasional kind of positive feedback from someone. That's nice, you know. Oh, I really like your stuff, or, you know, good stream today, here's like some money, whatever. I don't know, that stuff's fine. But like, the too much glazing is a bit excessive, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, come on, let's just chill a little bit, you know? Chud, you're a beacon of light for chasers. Oh, man. Tethering your ego to the internet is a dangerous prospect. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah. There needs to be a balance. It needs to be, you know, a little bit of shit talking and whatever. I don't know. It's fun. It's all good fun, isn't it? But yeah, you know, if you tie your ego to your internet project that strongly, you're just going to feel, you're going to get ego death because there's going to be ups and downs and problems and issues. Yeah, I don't know. Chud is like a dad I never had. I'm glad I found you schizo-based.
Hi, Caleb! Hi, Carl! Man,
yeah.
It like makes me
ego death. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
My like base.
You know what I'm saying? I'm probably using it wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're gonna have your ego is gonna be pierced by the realities of making content. You know, and it's one thing that I learned is, you know, like you will have fluctuating viewership. Okay, you're never gonna see endless, continuous growth. And, you know, you kind of, I feel like I learned quite early on that you can't get too bothered about a downturn, you know, because often it's temporary. If you have a downturn to the point of it's dramatically negatively impacting your income or something, then fine. But you got to take the rough with the smooth. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be on months and off months and stuff like that. As long as you're moving in the direction you want to move, yeah, I think it's fine. But yeah, clearly the issues are hitting them pretty fucking hard, you know? What are you going to do? You feel bored? I'm at some point going to go bold. I will go bold. It is inevitable. And at that point, that's going to be funny. That's going to be funny though, isn't it? Imagine when one day I turn up and I've just decided to fucking shave my head. You guys are going to, it's going to be fucking, it's going to be such fun. Oh. Can't wait.
People here. It just, I don't know, I feel so lucky that you guys, it's been rough.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to like do any, I'll just turn up one day and I'll be bold and I'll be like, yeah, there we go. This is the future, guys. Welcome.
I really want to stream like a lot. I want to I miss like having community and like inside things going on and people hanging out and I don't know, I miss it so much.
The day you do it, you should stream it. Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
It's been very nice seeing it all come back. Nature is healing.
The
I'm so
final
late.
goodbye.
Bye, John. We're waiting for Ian. He's coming from LA today. They had a successful filming. That's the other nice thing, right? Like after, I think what people don't understand is like after Creator Clash, like we needed a rest, like emotionally. We just stopped talking to a lot of people because it was just so hard. And Ian stopped collaborating with people, not because people didn't want to collaborate with him or things were going on. It was just like, I don't know, it was hard. And the Max and Chad stuff, like people who like theory craft about that forget that like 2019 COVID hit. Ian was like regularly seeing Max like once a year at least. Like we were going on like vacations and stuff.
Does anyone really listen to what she or Ian thinks anymore? I think what they think and their perspectives on things have become irrelevant because it's kind of just a soy sludge, generally speaking. I think what's more relevant is the kind of lol-cow behavior, doing stupid stuff, fucking up Creator Clash, etc. That's the sort of stuff that I think people are, you know, generally interested in now.
And then COVID hit and we could not travel for like 2 or 3 years. And then, you know, after that, like we were doing Creator Clash and like that was like very difficult. So like that, not seeing Max and Chad and How to Basic and stuff was not a decision made in any other way other than he physically could not fly to Australia.
Oh, what's this?
Like vacations and stuff. And then COVID hit and we could not travel for like 2 or 3 years. And then, you know, after that, like we were doing Creator Clash and like that was like very difficult. So like that, not seeing Max and Chad and How to Basic and stuff was not a decision made in any other way other than he physically could not fly to Australia. He could not go. COVID happened. It's like everybody forgot that COVID happened and travel restrictions were a thing. He could not go to Australia. They could not come here. I'll tell him as soon as he gets in the door, I'll be like, do the stanky leg.
Wait, isn't that cope though? Like other people went from America, didn't they? No? Other people went from America to the wedding in Australia. How is that an excuse? Yeah, like... Oh, dude, I need to do it. Dude, I feel like I need to do a Sam Hyde-a-thon. I mean, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll look. Because I, ages ago, watched the Idubbbz documentary. It was years ago at this point, because I remember being at my old place watching it. I vividly remember watching the Idubbbz video there. And then I want to watch the other side. I've watched some of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it all. But you know the thing where Sam Hyde, he like brings up the gaslighting list and talks about like all the things that he was doing to fuck with Idubbbz. And the thing is, it was quite good natured at the time. Sam Hyde, you know, was saying, I don't hate the guy. I just want it to be fun content, but we'll fuck with him a bit, you know? And we can also watch the Anisa stuff afterwards where he just shits on
It will improve, but with the direction of your work in the field of content creation, your humanity comes through and it is informed by proper boundaries. Even if people, such as the type of YouTubers you've referred to, overstep them and misrepresent you, staying firm in your boundaries is key.
Oh my god,
that's
dude,
true.
Come
I never,
on,
yeah,
man.
I never really thought of.
Bro, just these comments reading about going, yeah, that thing, those really nice things about you that you're saying. Yeah. That's really true. Thank you. Thank you for saying those really nice things about me. Dude, it's so pathetic, dude. Oh, it's grotesque, isn't it? Is this real? What? Idubbbz, come on, bro. Surely there's a little bit of that scrap of something in you. How can you look at this and not be like, yeah, this is fucking insane? You know? Someone shamelessly reading positive comments about themselves and saying how correct they are. It's just, this is content cop city, bro. Come on.
About that, but yeah, it's just like in real life. You have to stick to your boundaries. Whatever you choose to do as you continue your path, you have the right mindset. Wishing you both much continued success. Man, thank you, B. Fran. Very emotionally intelligent, like sound and comforting replies. It means a lot. I haven't gone back to visit relatives and friends since COVID either. You don't realize it until you think about it. It was a long time. It was a long time. When the OnlyFans stuff was happening, we had nowhere to go. Everything was shut down, even the fucking hiking trails. That was the beginning of like when it rains it pours, because we were so mad. We were so mad, and there was nothing we could do other than sit in our house and like watch Hunter x Hunter. And we were like, fuck it, we're gonna go on a walk. Like there was like this abandoned golf course that you could like walk. Nobody thought to shut it down, and we went there with Blitz, and we walked for like 2 hours. We walked for 2 hours, and like that next morning we woke up and Blitz couldn't he couldn't lower his head to drink water or eat food. I was so scared. I was so scared. So we took him to the vet, emergency vet. Couldn't go in with him because COVID. Turned out he had IVDD, that disc disorder where like one of his discs was too close to the other, and the walk flared up his spine, so he couldn't move. So he had to go on painkillers.
Put him down. Sorry, I got distracted. They're talking about an animal, right? Or are they talking about Idubbbz? Okay. I don't really have like all the. I'm not like an. I don't mind. Don't get me wrong, right? My kids have got a cat. Very, very cute. You know, very cool to see them kind of interacting with the cat and stuff like that. But if that cat ever got like sick, and it was like, I don't know, £1,000 to save the cat, or it was 200 quid to put the cat down. No, that's what that would be. Just get rid of that fucking cat. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'd probably be a bit bullish on that. I probably would. If my daughter was like crying about it and stuff, I'd probably be like, okay, fine, we'll save the cat, fine. We could just get another one, okay? We could just put this one down and buy another one with the extra money, but that's fine. We'll save it, okay? Whatever. I'm
not gonna play Baldur's Gate today, but probably tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Okay. I kind of just impromptu did this stream because I was bored, and I'm just like waiting for Ian to get home. I'm probably gonna get off and eat pretty soon here, but because I haven't had lunch. But yeah, no, it was like very when it rains it pours. Like that was the beginning of things getting hard for sure. COVID really fucked up so much, man. But also, I was living by the beach back then, and it was sick because the beaches were empty all the time. That would be so magical feeling. It was amazing. Nature was healing for a little bit. Yeah, wasn't it like there were dolphins in Italy in the canal or something?
Is that it anyway?
Yo, I gotta go and have been mostly lurking, but before I leave, I just wanted to say this has been my first time really watching, and it's been super enjoyable. Thank you. Thanks, Bwanji. Wishing you...
Oh my god, dude, I can't bear it, man. Why? Why are you doing this? It's so pathetic.
You and Ian all the best, and can't wait for the next stream. Thank you. That means a lot. I would love to gather more regulars. Shut up, Hoob. That's why we need Caleb. The only person who puts Hoob in his place is Caleb. The cleanest the New York City subways have ever been was during COVID. Yeah, that makes sense. I was seeing someone in LA, and flights were $30 one way. I basically lived there with her for a year and a half during lockdown. That's a crazy memory. That's so cool. The combination of COVID and this last big rain in California has invigorated the bugs and animals a ton this year. That's neat. I'm new, so I just thought this was really interesting and intense backstory for your Baldur's Gate 3 role.
God, this is the first live stream of yours I've caught live. I know people call you a chaser, but your true fans know that's not true. Hoping to catch you live again sometime. Oh, it's just
okay,
so
that's
unbearable, man.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Hello, I'm Anisa, and I approve TND. What is that, I wonder? Anyway, thank you very much for the 130. Appreciate that.
Fuck! I actually wish. I wish that were true. Yeah. I always think about. Do you ever do that where
Thank you.
One day you look around.
I agree.
And you're like,
it is intelligent people here.
Happened? What the fuck happened? Because it happens to me a lot, especially recently. It reminds me of that Talking Heads song. And the days go by. Yeah. I don't know. What the fuck? I remember. I have this like really distinct memory of like being in university.
Great song.
I was in a drawing class.
That is a banger. I agree on that.
You guys seem real. Keep your chin up. Thank you, Corbin. I appreciate that. I was in drawing class, and the art teachers there, they either like you or they fucking don't. And this one he did. He gave me like a B+, I think, on something, and it made me really emotional because I was having a really hard time in my art classes, and it's really hard to like know why I was having a hard time because it's so subjective. And he said to me, he was like, you don't have to be here, right? You don't have to be here. You don't need to be here. And I was like, what? What do you mean? He goes, there's plenty of people that go on to do great things that don't show out for their college degree. Like, they don't finish it. I really thought about that for like a couple months. And I decided to quit college.
It's Anisa Joma,
and I
Idubbbz
left
partner.
everything to like, I think I had like, I sold my goalie equipment used. I had like $500, $550. And I moved to British Columbia. Very little money. And lived in a basement with like 2 other girls. And I thought to myself at the time, I was like, this is the beginning of like, and that's like my last memory, it feels like. And then I look around now and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
Like,
wonderful.
what?
But how do I make
How?
money off depressed people?
Yo, thanks for the 169. This bitch tried to paint on her arms instead of a canvas. She was so fucking stupid. I told her that she had something greater. I just wanted her out of my class. Art teacher, thank you. What is going on with you guys today, eh?
Did I become like one of the like least liked people on the internet? I feel like more people hate me than Onision. And maybe it's because I'm in it, like I'm seeing it, but that's what it feels like.
Change
it feels
the
like
title.
I quit college to become the most hated person on YouTube.
Why? It's correct. Anisa Joma drama. Yeah, that's it.
Lord of the Onion. You know what's funny? I made a joke about Onision to my therapist that I didn't think she would.
I don't even know if that's true anyway. I think, maybe it's for some people. I think that Onision is still a pretty despised figure, right?
I forget that she like watches, she knows like some YouTube lore, and she burst out laughing.
Anyway,
like,
come on, let's
whoa.
get through this.
Like,
I need to
Onision
go.
mentioned. Onision definitely has more haters. I hope too. Hey, I hope too. But it's weird. You look around, you're like, what the fuck happened? I quit college. I told myself like, this is the beginning. I'm gonna be like an artist or something. I'm gonna like. I was working 2 jobs. I was working at Denny's in the greeting card shop, and.
Oh, thank you for the dollar, EDP445. I may be a pedophile, but at least I'm not Anisa Joma. Thank you very much, EDP445, for the $1.
I was painting, and I was like, I'm just gonna be this. I'm just gonna
Anisa
try and live my dream.
on.
I was barely
Anisa
making enough
on.
money to
Okay.
exist. Eating oats every single day, mixed in with raisins, and now we're here. What, Finian? Thank you so much for the 6 months. Welcome back to the Salad Boys. I grew up on edgy YouTube content and eventually matured a lot through the pandemic, plus conceding BLM
God,
protests.
I really hate that narrative. I matured into being a little fucking, PC freak who wants to police and have a go at what other people... Do you know what I mean? I hate the idea it's a maturity, To me, maturity comes from recognizing that a lot of the shit that's said doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal, and you can have fun with it and have a laugh, Fuck me. No, being mature is actually being a new male soy bug man and sawing out at every single bad thing that's ever said and being lefty. That's what it is.
Coinciding. Everything's hard. Coinciding BLM protests, and now have found myself back again watching H3 and Ian, both just like I did a long time. That's sweet. I love that. That is very comforting to know. I'm sorry, I gotta go study for my summer classes. Hope to see y'all soon. Thanks for the fun stream. Thanks, Megan. Thanks for hanging out and inputting. I really appreciate it.
Okay, that's wonderful.
That makes sense.
But how
Regular.
do I make money off depressed people?
Okay, Salad Boys member. I'm in Anisa Salad Boys Club, and we constantly watch BLM death videos and discuss crime statistics, bro. Listen, here's what growing up means, okay? Growing up means recognizing that in social settings and polite company, there's a different standard of behavior that is required to how you might engage in other situations. And what social group you're around or who you're mixing it up with is going to differ. Like, you are going to talk with the lads in a different way to how you're going to speak to your grandparents or family or a new group of people that you haven't met before or something like that, right? And that is relevant. But online, I just think it's more of an anything goes mentality. Say what you want, do what you want, joke about what you want. Obviously TOS cucks you a bit, but like, why does it matter? Let me ask you this. The only thing that's stopping me from doing it is the terms of service, okay? If I said the N-word hard R right now, in just a generic way for a stupid, absurdist thing or like a shock value joke, who gets hurt? What's the issue? Like, it's nothing. Nothing's going to happen. There's no problem. There's no issue. Some people might wince at the idea of it being an offensive word. Some people might think it's cringe. I think I'm being a bit cringe or something. Like, dude, there's no harm or anything that happens off the back of it, Yeah, it's just stupid. Don't do it. I'll turn to dust. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's not that deep. It's not that big a deal. But people act like there's this big issue with it, and it just isn't. People are, oh dear, so annoying. But they act like acting like that is going to cause some big damage or harm is the growing up. But I just don't think it is. I think it's more recognizing that this shit don't really matter that much, you know?
Anxious people that aren't famous might think that way if they have one bad interaction. So it's got to be wild on that scale. Yeah, yes, yeah, that's true. When you see a hate video where you're like painted green on a thumbnail and it's got like 500,000 views to 1 million views, you do think to yourself like,
God, and I the slur discourse and shit. Okay, we've done this a few too many times before for my taste, whatever. But like, you know, people just don't get it, do they? They don't get and differentiate the difference between saying a word or like, here's the biggest cope I see. Soft A is a slur. No, it's not. It's a term of endearment. What do you mean? It was reclaimed, right? What do you mean it's a slur? It's not a slur. Sure, maybe in some contexts, uniquely, narrowly, it can be a slur. Like if you were saying to a black person, you're a da-da-da-da-da, and doing a soft A aggressively, yeah, in that case, it's probably being used as a slur, right? But in most cases where it gets used, but then if you were doing that, you might as well just call out and use a hard R. Fuck it, why not? Go crazy. But most of the time, it's being used as like a term of endearment or something like that. But we've got, I mean, this goes back to fucking years, doesn't it? You know, to the fucking, what is it? The fucking Mindwaves panel. But it's such cope to act like saying the soft A is the same. And look, in polite company or whatever, yeah, you're probably not going to say it. But why do we have to act like it's a slur and it carries this horrible feeling in people, you know? Like, you're not going to convince me that a black guy that gets called the fucking soft A by his pals constantly is going to hear from a white guy and crumble to dust. That is absurd. Yeah, it's like guy or dude, exactly. I can't say it right now. As soon as I end my stream, I'll shout it into my wall, okay?
The whole world hates me.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Like, it's hard to not...
But how do I make money off
It's hard to not have that thought.
I want to reclaim the N-word so I can call them names while they pick cotton for me. Bring back 3/5 from Anisa Joma. Thank you very much for the $1. I'm not sure if that is Anisa or not, but you know.
Right. That's a lot of people. Like, imagine having a stadium of 20,000 people booing at you. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a stadium having 20,000 people booing at you. I would fold so fast. Well, you're a wallet, so.
Sean had also put out a video about the Wendigoon stuff. Is that everyone he mentioned in iPod's Guilt by association thing? Yeah, probably. Brandon Buckingham, Turkey Tom, Sean Head. Yeah, I don't know. Like, why would you go after big creators that have got massive platforms if you're a little soy fucker? Stupid.
No,
anyway,
I just
come on, I need to get through
people,
this.
That is this.
It's past
like,
10 now. Come
if
on.
You lived, sorry, Merlin. If you lived in Seattle, that's the whole city. The whole city of Seattle. Imagine you're like walking down the street and everybody's like, "Fuck you." I don't know. It does something to you. It changes your brain chemistry. It really does. You're definitely not hated like Onision. That dude can never live a normal life again. That's true. No. That's... Thank you for snapping me back into reality, because that is true. Bro cannot...
No one is ever going to call you a slur that hurts your feelings regarding being white. What? Why do people say this? I don't care personally. I don't give two fucks. Call me whatever white slur you want, okay? I just think it's pathetic, the desperation with which you claw at terms to try and find something that is so powerful, I'm not even allowed to say it without fear of getting banned, okay? But this idea that a normie, okay, is not going to be upset by being called something on the basis of their race is mental. Like, why on earth would you think that some normie walking down the street isn't going to rightly feel a bit perturbed or bothered by someone insulting them on the basis of their race, okay? The reason that insulting someone on the basis of their race is so bad and wrong, okay, is because it's a fundamental aspect to them they cannot possibly change, right? So you were saying that thing that you are that you cannot change, you're bad for that. And that's the thing that invokes a bad feeling in someone, you know? So why is it that a white person can't experience that just because they're fucking white, you know? It's such a retarded point.
Like, I don't think bro can go anywhere.
Anyway.
This is crazy. Me and Ian have never had a negative interaction in person since the apology video has come out or any of the, even the OnlyFans stuff, all of that. Never had a negative interaction, except for one. There was a dude who was doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or something on a scooter in downtown Seattle, and he like rode past with his mouth agape, kind of just like staring at Ian. And then when he was like 20 feet away, he yelled back like, "Hey!" And Ian was like, "Yeah," and he like said some fucking like dog whistle thing, very clearly a dog whistle thing, and Ian was like, "Cool." He like waited till he was like way gone. It was very weird. So that is the one time, and it wasn't even really at him. It was like more like some like dog whistle thing. Have you seen the Martin Scorsese? Is that how you say that? I always fuck up his name. Movie After Hours. I feel like it has similar vibes to that. No, I have not. That's so cringe. Scorsese. Thank you. I heard the new what's that guy's name? Nicolas Cage movie about him showing up in everybody's dreams would be very like relatable and therapeutic to watch. What are you doing? Scratching your head? Scorsese. Yeah, no, it was very cringe. That made me want to cringe out of my skin. Bowel. He's got a big fluff bowel. Are you so sleepy? King of sleep. Dream scenario.
Okay, is that it?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Anisa Joma says, for $1, okay, but why do blacks commit more crimes than whites? I personally think it's to do, okay, genetics. That's racist and socioeconomic conditions, okay. I don't know, man. Anyway, come on.
Yep, that's the one. I don't want Nick Cage in my dreams. What? Vampires kiss Nick Cage. You don't want that in your dreams? Marlon, I'm trying to show you off.
Is there any more juice?
But it's hard. You're an elusive guy. You can see his feet and his head. He's such a cute guy. I feel so lucky. He's such a sweet guy. The only thing that kind of sucks right now is that he's in that like teenager phase where like if I try to grab him to like put him in his crate if I need to go somewhere, he's never been in his crate for longer than an hour, and it's always when he's like sleepy. But now he's at the age where like if you try to grab him,
I think this is done.
He always looks like he's Wait. Really?
I think we're on the yapping, rambling stage of the stream. Okay, well, we'll check the last segment and then we'll be done. She molests that. Well, she is white.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Okay, listen. Listen, that one's about the J-boys, okay? I've got to be careful with that. But thank you very much for the $1. Why are we not allowed to question the practices of... And you can imagine the rest, okay? Thank you very much for asking questions, as you say, Anisa Joma. Appreciate it. God, you guys. Oh, okay, this one.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
Yo, Spitmeister, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Let's go. Here's the... Oh, fuck me. It's nearly the end of the month. The next month begins.
I really like it. Get a lot of protein.
Okay, come on. Is there any juice here?
Wiped and you asked me like what was wrong, I would say like maybe I'm starting to get sick. Like that's the time. I don't have any Tylenol in me or anything. I'm just like chilling.
Okay.
What does that mean? The Curse was wild. It was so good. So good. Nathan Fielder's so talented.
Okay.
There's like, it's like a branch, you know, like.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Which one are you?
But how do I make money off
It's like that meme where the guy's standing there and then there's like.
Just got here is a tattooed little boy. Well, about that. That is a woman. But thank you very much for the $2.
The evil haunted mansion and then the like butterflies in the forest.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm
So
doing you right by you.
But same with Scott Pilgrim. You say you like Scott Pilgrim, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, are you, which one are you? I can't tell. No, don't give the movie to them. True. That is true. That is what you're doing, huh? All right, I'll say it loud and proud. I love Fight Club and Wolf of Wall Street. Crap.
Okay, this movie talk.
Say something and somebody's like everybody hey, everybody's into their things, you know? Just because someone likes Fast and Furious, maybe they just fucking like gifted. Because that's what happens to me. I click on it, it's an ad. I'm like, what the fuck? I was semi-curious at best.
I never really got into Fast and Furious, okay? I just thought it was very ironic that Paul Walker starred in the movie series Fast and Furious and then died in a brutal, fiery car crash. That was just such a fucking poetic in a way, isn't it, you know? Isn't that crazy when you think about it? This dude... very sad. I know there's probably Fast and Furious fans very upset with me, okay? But dude, come on. You got to see the comedy in life sometimes. Try doing what he loves.
I got a kick-ass huge chocolate cookie ad, and it looked like you were doing the voiceover. Nice. Was it like a crumble cookie ad? Do they fill the gaping void where the teeth...
Dude. And then oh, and then they did the fucking, you know, they did the goodbye. Then was it Fast 6? Oh, God, man. Wiz Khalifa there in the background. Wiz Khalifa and what's that guy? Oh, what's the name of the fucking corny white guy that's in that song? Oh my God, there's that fucking white dude in it too, fucking getting in the mix. Shawn Mendes. What the fuck, dude? Oh, anyway.
Or what? No. She said I didn't even need her. What the Sigma? Sorry, I had to. I watched. Sorry, that my brain skipped around. No, they pulled it out. I didn't even need stitches. She said. I watched this video of this child talking to his dad, and he said, "Shut the Sigma up." What the Sigma? Shut the Sigma up. That's what he said to his dad. I was like, oh no. This is that is why
okay,
I can
dude,
never
I can't.
Sigma up. Oh, what's up, Rizzler? What is up, my fellow Rizzlers? And then your kid doesn't know what to do because they're like, fuck.
Okay, I can't.
The Mewing Kings. Can you imagine being 70, or 65-ish? Like you're tenure at your school, you're just fucking trying to get through the years, and you have kids doing this shit at you?
Anisa Joma, if there's one thing to take away from this, is that I love... So this person, as Anisa Joma as a bit, is saying, love little boys. They love little boys, okay? Nothing to do with me. I'm not saying that myself, but there we go.
You'd be like, what hell am I in? You'd be so confused. You don't even know what a phone is. There's no catching, but I tap you up.
Dude, there's clearly nothing else here. It's just end of coming to the end of stream rambling.